Hey guys, Mr.III here, and it looks like it's that time of the year to recoat those headlights. So this time we're going to try 3M here and see if their 40-minute kit works or looks good. So like, subscribe, and let's take a look at it. So taking a look at the headlights, you can see they're not looking the greatest themselves. And right now, since I have the bumper off, I was figuring out an electrical issue with the fog lights and other things like that. I thought it was the perfect time to do this and heat up the garage since it's cold in the winter. So got ourselves some instructions, what comes inside the box itself. Get the gloves for the clear coat. They do give you some tape to mask off things, which having that bumper off, I have much less to mask, just that side right there. Then they give us our sandpaper, so we have our 500 and 800. Later on, we have a 3000 there. And then that just goes to the drill. I know some people are opposed to the circle swirls, up and down is the way to go, that type of thing. Well, this vehicle will need some new ones. If I still have it or not, that's the thing, or the risk I'm gonna go take. If it looks good, it looks good. Not sure how much these kits are. I'll put a price over here somewhere in the corner, but I think they've got a new revamped look since this has been in the garage for a little bit. So let me get you on the tripod. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's start cleaning. All right, so if you're new to the channel, we're dealing with a 2011 Honda CR-V. First step, according to the instructions, are to clean our surface, get it watered down, use a little soap. And then just rub it in. I will be taking these eyebrows off and putting a new pair, so I will remove that too. These are the RGB type. Looks like a little 3M tape was holding on pretty good there. Just clean that top section there. There we go, much better than before. Perfect. So I will be just showing you the driver's side since I'm gonna do the same thing on the passenger, but just to make it a shorter video, we'll just stay and look at this side. To protect the paint and trim, I'm gonna put some tape around the edges here, masking off all our corners. All taped off, now off to the other side. All right, grabbing our drill and the attachment. There we go. That's ready. Now we grab one of our 500, the golden sandpaper discs. Looks good. All right. Wet our surface and wet the disc itself. There we go. And now we drill. Say light to medium pressure. We already cleaned off all the bugs. Got a little too close over there to the tape, so I guess avoid that area. And since our headlight has bumps in it, it's not super smooth. Let's give this a rinse and keep going. Get that nice uniform haze. Looking good. If you feel that you have too much debris and you need to change out your pad, you can. If not, go again. New pad here. They mentioned that you want a nice uniform haze. All right, gonna hit it one more time here. All right, now doing the same thing to the other side, and then we switch sandpapers. Now we're off to the 800. So just putting that right now on. Excellent. Same thing, wetting. And then we're just doing the same type of passes over and over. This is gonna just make those scratch marks or swirls more and more finer. And if you're wondering what that white residue is, that's actually just small pieces of plastic. You're just taking off layers of your headlight. So if you hold it long enough, you'll make a nice hole. And then you don't have to do this again because you'll have to buy another one. Don't do that. I would not recommend. They recommend 6 to 8 passes with this, if not 10 to 12. Now to the last step of sanding using the 3000. They only give you one of these, so they tell you to avoid sharp corners and things like that, so focus more on the center. But as you can see, nice haze. We do have that bump over here. I'm not sure if you could kind of tell, but that's like, it curls like that. So flat, you kind of tell my hand like that. There we go. That's what we have in that CR-V headlight. So we'll get everything all wet. This recommends maybe about 4 to 6 passes. If not, they recommend, I think, 10 to 12 it mentioned. So you want to get this job done right and keeping a similar speed to what you've been doing for all the others. They tell you not to go high speed. I did it once by accident. My bad. But you can kind of tell everything got all dirty over here because, well, even my pants, you know, looks like splatter paint war or something. So get this all nice and wet. It's more like a sponge here. There we go. And then we're just going to do the same thing on this step as we did on the others. So we get a nice, almost buff polish look. I think that's what they're going for. It's been a while since I did my own headlights. That was not 4 to 6 yet, but this is super smooth now feeling versus the other ones. You had a little more coarseness and less of a haze there. So I'm gonna go hit the other side, then I'll come back, do another few more passes on this, and then we should be ready for clear coat. All right, we're at the final state here before clear coat. I'm gonna peel off this tape itself here because I'm gonna go put another one on, spray off the section here. Give it a good dry. I already did that to the headlight itself too. Doing this so then the adhesion of that tape could be better, but just if this makes you feel happy too, I'll just spray this down and give it a good wipe as well. Get it taped up. All right, that looks good. So they only give you one glove. I'm already wearing gloves. And their instructions, if you can even see, they're not even wearing gloves. So that's interesting, but it just tells us to use a crisp edge. Do not apply pressure. If you see bubbles, slow down. And you're doing an overlap pass of 25 to 50%. So we're probably gonna do about 50. Work from the top down and do not touch up the first coat. And then you're using one packet for both headlights, so make sure you have both headlights done, because then you're going to be going over, after you give it, I think it says 5 to 10, 15 minutes, allowing it to dry up. So open that up, and it says do not unfold this. So, I mean, if you look at your one edge, it could be crisp, or the other one could be crisp. But this one at least has a better corner, so we can work with it. Just gonna do a 50% overlap here. Another bump over here. Give them a little. Oops. There we go. Sure I got a hole. All right, now let that dry and then do it again. Then we'll get our final prediction or saying here. All right, gave that a little more than 15 minutes to dry there. Now we gotta open up our last packet, do the same thing. Make sure we cover everything. But from the looks of it, I've had better kits than this before. They always had a nicer finish, I felt. Just doing that nice and slow, 50% overlap. But of course, this looks way better than how it started. It's like it gets sudsy there. I'm not even applying pressure. There we go. It's almost like a lean technique. All right, and there's the finished product after it dried up. So looking at it, like I mentioned, I've had other kits that did a better job. There's still a slight haze on the top there. My passenger side looks way better compared to the other one for the driver. So the driver just has this upper section right here I just wasn't too happy of, and I took my time and did it. So there you go. That's the finished result of using that kit. I mean, if you want to save your hand and use a drill, I can product link that down below, but it's something I'd say use a different kit, even like the Sylvania like I used before. Alrighty, thanks again for watching. Hopefully these step-by-steps and finished product can help you decide if this kit is right for you. Once more, thanks again for watching. Mr. 3 out.